Hey everyone, Ryan here, and welcome to Real Talk. This week we're shooting at Phat Collectibles, and we're going to take a look at 300 Rise of an Empire. After that, we're going to have our trailer talk and, of course, the latest movie news. So, let's throw it over to Real Talker Tony with his review, because things are about to
Hold
get
on to
real.
your butts.
Hey everyone, as you saw on our Facebook, we went and saw an exclusive screening of 300 Rise of an Empire this weekend, and holy cow, we loved it. If you've seen the original 300, you will not be disappointed with this film. It had the same action, the same look, the same special effects, which was kind of a good and bad thing. A lot of the effects really felt like they were from 2007, and that's another funny thing. This movie, the original came out in 2007, 7 years ago. Right? This has been a long time coming, and I think it really did deliver. Now, of course, this is not based off of any of the Frank Miller novels. The 300 story, the original, was based off his first comic back in the 90s, but unfortunately there was never a sequel. And this is what Zack Snyder and his team wanted to accomplish with this movie, was to create a sequel to that most famous story that made a lot of money back in 2007. In fact, over the weekend, it made $45 million, which was pretty respectable. It definitely trumped Mr. Peabody and Sherman, but compared to 300 that came out back in 2007, 7 years ago, that one made over $70 million, so it made quite a substantial drop. But I think this movie was fantastic. We loved the story. The story really kept you engaged for a long time. One of the things I loved most about this movie was the characters, right? This story has never been told before, so they had to create brand new characters. And Eva Green's character, holy cow, she drove this movie. I mean, if it wasn't for her, I think this movie would have been a lot sourer than it really was. But her character drove it. She caused a lot of conflict, and she really made you hate her towards the end of the movie. Now let's talk about Themistocles, who's the main character of this movie. Compared to Leonidas, I don't know. Comment below if you think Leonidas or Themistocles. You know, Gerard Butler is always going to have my heart. I think he's the man's man. He's fantastic. But let us know what you think between the two. I thought the guy did a great job playing Themistocles. He really embodied that character and was really heroic, but he just never had that charisma that Gerard Butler did. Very similar to the original 300, lots of blood, very, very graphic. In fact, from my own memory, I think this was a lot more graphic than the original 300. Some really kind of gross and disturbing stuff, but I'll leave that for you to say. But everyone, I really enjoyed 300 Rise of Empire. If you haven't seen it yet, highly recommend this. This is a movie-going experience. Don't wait till this comes out on DVD. Go and see it on the big screen. I give it a real good. Guys, what do you think?
Real good.
Real good. Real good. Alright, now let's toss it over to Real Talker Jonathan with the latest edition of Trailer Talk. Might have something to do with this right here.
Trailer Talk.
This week, the trailer was released for Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, and it looks fantastic. This is the sequel to the first Sin City, and we have all the returning cast coming back for this movie, and we're also adding Eva Green and Joseph Gordon-Levitt to the mix. So it's going to be a fantastic movie. It looks just as bloody and gory as the first one. It's keeping that same noir look. It looks really fun. If you guys haven't checked out the trailer, be sure to do so. And if you haven't checked out Sin City, be sure to go out and get that. Read the comics, those are fantastic. Also, the graphic novels are great. Now, oddly enough, Quentin Tarantino is not going to be back directing this film like he did in the first one, but it's going to be Frank Miller and Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez is one of my favorite directors, so I'm very excited for this movie. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For is hitting theaters this August.
I feel like my spidey senses are tingling. It must mean James has some new movie news to share with us. Let's throw it over to him. The internet blew up this week with that viral hover campaign, you know, Back to the Future 2 when they're on the hoverboards. Cat's kind of out of the bag. I guess FunnyOrDie.com came out and said they were responsible for this viral campaign. Here at Real Talk, we're a little disappointed. We were hoping it was going to go a little further, but can't have everything, I guess. You know, another video game to movie adaptation coming out soon, The Last of Us. If you're a gamer like I'm not, then you've probably heard of this. Will it be the next Doom or the next Resident Evil? You let us know in the comments below. Alright everyone, well thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Real Talk. Be sure to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, always show you care and click share, and don't forget to listen to the best damn radio show on the internet, the Real Talk Podcast starring Jonathan Costco. Until next week, folks, it's been real.
This is Phat Collectibles.